Back on the Mark II channel, you join me in this, believe it or not, DIY video, but with a bit of a twist, because we are in Zhuhai in China. So I think we just found the equivalent to Screwfix. This laser could be coming to you, so you better hope I'm good at calibrating. We're about to embark on the Huepar China tour, and it's going to be a serious adventure. Right, morning one. We've woke up in Zhuhai, China, after a long flight. I'm with Matt from MM and Ross from Complete Preservation. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
And we're having a little wander along the river.
Hello. Speak English?
Do you speak English was a massive understatement, because we've quickly realised not only is there a huge language barrier, but there's quite the cultural difference as well. So I think we just found the equivalent to Screwfix. They haven't quite got the same catalogue system, but they do have lots of handy bits and bobs. Do you know if you can order on the app? There we go. Silicone guns. Like the one I got at home, Tajima.
What's that then?
Knife blades.
How about this? What have you named it for?
That is to hang your keys on. Lots of different bits and bobs, so it's quite interesting, because you can't really go to a big DIY store, as far as we understand here in China. You can only really go to local side of the road DIY stores, as far as we've been told by Huepar. We did ask them, said, is there a big place we can go? And they said, not really. It is all kind of local, shall we say, pop-up shops. They're not quite pop-up shops, I suppose, but they are just little rows of kind of side street stores. But I mean, it's interesting. There goes Amazon Prime. They don't really do much DIY here. Trades are so cheap that they just get in a tradesman. If they got a problem, they get a tradesman, and they don't really have a go at DIY themselves. So it's quite interesting. So coming to China, you're obviously going to want to try Chinese food. It's really good. You do have to work out what's what, which can be difficult. And the other bit that's difficult is picking up with the chopsticks. You'll definitely lose weight if you come to China, because it takes half an hour to use them things. But I didn't like everything. Those are ink fish sausages, and no, I didn't try one. After lunch, we got a bit of a tour around Zhuhai. This is called, as far as I know, the Summer Palace. It's a pretty amazing place with lots of cool things to see. The scenery and just taking everything in. It's worlds away from what we're used to here in the UK. What do you think, John?
I like it.
This is John from Home Pro Hero. He keeps laughing at me because I call him mate. We mustn't call him partner.
No, we're not partners.
That means something different in the US. After a lot of trying Chinese food, culture and sightseeing, it was time to visit Huepar and see what those guys have got in store. And the welcome we received was pretty mind-blowing. And after the welcoming ceremony, it was time to go and find out a little bit more about where all your laser levels come from. Yesterday we spent some time looking around the Huepar office in Zhuhai. We did our speeches to their staff in the office, told them a little bit about who we were, that kind of thing. It was good fun. And today we're getting back on the bus, and we are going to head over to the factory to see how they make some of them lasers that you guys use at home. As we walk in, you can see there's a lot of dust prevention methods, and the first thing that you get hit by is the fact that there's actually quite a lot of people working here, and it's not all robotic. There's a lot of people at different stations doing different phases of actually building these laser levels. There's a lot more human interaction than I would have imagined before I stepped foot in this room. There's Ross.
Welcome back to the channel.
Every single stage of how a Huepar laser level is built was explained to us. Here you can see some of the fine soldering and some of the build and process as each laser works its way through the production facility. They start with the diodes, then they move on to the bodies and the testing that you see here, and they even go through a heating process to, I guess, check them as they go. So out of this whole process, I think the bit that strikes me as kind of the most important is the quality. And what they were just explaining to us is that the diodes, the most important part of the laser, they actually come from Germany and they're very high quality diodes. So they are putting the best internals in these things so that you get the best laser possible, but then they're keeping that price point down with, of course, a cheaper body and a cheaper brand name than the likes of DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee, but you're still getting a really high quality product. Sky, how many lasers are manufactured here every day? Do you know?
It depends on which model. For the DIY, the coarse line laser, it will be 400 to 500 for each line.
Okay.
But for these 3D and 4D, it will be 200 to 300 pieces for every production line, and we have 3 production lines in total.
Okay, a lot of lasers. Once each laser's been through the production facility, we then move on to the calibration machines, and these things look like something out of a sci-fi film. As soon as you walk in this room, the calibration equipment's probably the bit that takes your eye the most. It's the most gadgety looking, I suppose. And yeah, it's a really cool area where they get them lasers calibrated before they get delivered to you guys. Every laser goes through extensive testing and calibration to make sure they're absolutely perfect, right down to even testing the button cycles. But then Huepar were very brave because they decided to let us have a go at calibrating your lasers. This laser could be coming to you, so you better hope I'm good at calibrating. I watched the man earlier, he gave it a little tap as well. Look.
The tap is just to make sure that this kind of like loosen up a bit.
It's not bad. But if you do happen to get this laser, don't worry, I handed it back to the pro to finish it up. So we're finished having a look around the factory and we're now heading up to the Jintai temple. But I thought you guys might like to see their version of working at height. That's one way to do scaffolding. Right, I'll trek all the way up. The Jintai temple in Zhuhai is a pretty cool place. It's been there thousands and thousands of years, and if you ever get a chance to come here, it's a really nice place. We spent a lot of time with the guys at Huepar, just interacting, having a lot of fun with them and learning about their great products. But my time with them came to an end, and I decided, whilst I'm in China, to head up north to a place called Chengdu and check out a little bit more about the Chinese culture and experience that little bit more before I head home and get on with my extension. So what an experience that was in Zhuhai with the guys from Huepar. Really good people behind the brand and a great product. And you guys know that I love the Huepar laser levels, and even more so now that they've brought me here and shown me what their business is about and where all our laser levels come from. Zhuhai, where they're based, is in the south of China, and I had an amazing time. But they've been kind enough to allow me to stay in China for a little bit longer and come somewhere else to experience some more of China's culture. So I've actually come up to Chengdu in the north of China. I'm going to show you a little bit of the sights around Chengdu and what this place has got to offer. So we're here, the first place I've come to is People's Park, and look how cool this place is. So I found a little spot called the Heming Tea House. It's quite traditional here, as far as I can tell, to sit and drink tea. So we're going to try some of their tea. You're going to hear them little dinging noises constantly. I think that's air cleaning. If you look at this, there's a lady having her ears cleaned. So from what I can see, they clean deep in the air and then they use them little bell things, or little bits of metal that they're tapping together as a way of cleaning the air. I don't fancy having mine done though. My tea's here. I ain't got a clue what to do with it though. A sweet green tea. It looks like some green tea leaves in the bottom, so I'm assuming this little flask of water here is to pour in there. But if I pour it in there, and it's not what I'm meant to do, then it's knackered, so I don't know, we'll try it. I put a bit of water in there. It tastes like green tea, it's fresh. This is the challenge when you're in China, is the language barrier. Without a translator, I'd be stuck. Because if you were in most countries, you'd ask what you have to do with this, but the language barrier is too difficult for me anyway. But it's nice, we're good with it, and we'll have a wander around and see what else we can find. So I think this is like some sort of dating system. There's pictures of people on some of these. Most of them don't have pictures. But if I use a translator and scan one of these, it says this is a woman born in 1993. She's looking for someone with a stable job, and it has her WeChat number on it. So as far as I can see, this is like some sort of dating system. Really strange. It's nothing like Tinder, that's for sure. And I'm checking out some of the more traditional parts of China, like here, Jinliao Street in Chengdu. I found a decent coffee. This second channel, when I started, it was always going to be different stuff. To be honest, I didn't really know what I was going to put on it. So far we've had cars, we've had a visit to China, totally random things, but I think that's what this second channel was about. If you like just watching what I get up to on these random adventures, then give us a subscribe, follow along. If you want to see the usual DIY stuff and renovation stuff, tool stuff, all that kind of thing, don't forget to head to the main channel. I'll pop a link to that in the description. Right, last stop whilst I'm here in China. Thought I might as well make the most of it and come and see some pandas, as it's one of the only places in the world that you can see them. So this is the giant panda research base here in Chengdu, and they say to get up early because so do the pandas. So here we are, let's see what we can find. He's pretty cool, isn't he? One of the only places you can come in the world to see pandas. Pandas seem to spend most of their time chilling like this guy, but they were amazing to watch. They just sit around really and eat things, apart from these two that seem to just want to pull each other out the tree. I fly home in the morning. I need to get back to get on with my extension, which is over on the main channel. Don't forget, I do DIY and home renovation. This is something totally different, but that is what this second channel was about. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, hit the like button. Thanks to Huepar. I'll see you in the next one.